But the only thing is, Canelo has him by 2-weight division. So I think that Canelo beats him pretty easily.
If Crawford beats Canelo, then for sure, give him all the fucking props in the world, bro. And he actually does have a chance. It's not like he doesn't have a chance. Again, he's a better boxer, well-rounded boxing skills. He is a better boxer.
That's not easy for Crawford. I mean, it's Canelo has the big advantage, but Crawford needs to manage well his body, his speed, and his power.
With less than a week remaining for the Canelo versus Crawford showdown, anticipation is running high across the boxing world. Almost every legend of the sport has already shared a prediction for this clash. Some lean toward Canelo, citing his tremendous power and vast experience, while others believe Crawford will prevail because of his extraordinary ring abilities.
I feel Canelo's going to be a little too much for Crawford, but and I see Canelo pulling it through, but this is boxing and things can happen. So we're in for a great fight.
In this video, we take a closer look at all the legendary predictions that have been made on this mega clash from the very start to so far. First and foremost, Stephen A. Smith has made his prediction about this contest and believes that Crawford will win because of his superb skills and persuasive style. He considers his versatility and ability to precisely outbox opponents give him the edge in this pivotal bout. Smith did, however, warn that if Crawford is unable to injure Canelo or throw off his rhythm, the fight may rapidly turn in Canelo's favor. In such a case, the Mexican icon might be able to secure a resounding, possibly lopsided fight night due to his stature, strength, and pressure.
Can Crawford hurt him? I would pick Crawford to win if he can box and stay away. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. And if Canelo catches him, it could be trouble. But I would still say it would be a very interesting fight. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. And I'm wondering whether he could stay away. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, you can't keep him off of him. And that's where the problem lies.
Terence Crawford also has the backing of Teddy Atlas, who in sharing his thoughts on the fight has mentioned that he is going to secure victory this time. Atlas highlighted Crawford's advantages over the Mexican great when making his selection. While discussing this fight, he also made the point that Canelo's performance had obviously declined based on the way he battled Scull. He claims that Bud has the edge since Canelo is not as good as he once was.
The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, it's in his background, where he came from. That there's something about, just like a Sugar Ray Leonard had that something about him when he's a junkyard dog, when he has to be a junkyard dog. And with all the intangible gifts that I just touched on. Not just that the ones that we already know, that he has speed, he's got power, I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it, but those intangibles, I believe that he has that.
However, going against Steven and Teddy, Oscar De La Hoya has predicted Canelo's win in this contest. Speaking of the fight, he described it as a wonderful matchup, highlighting the fact that both fighters are strong contenders who have the potential to win on fight night. But he stated that even though both fighters are capable of winning, Canelo has a tiny advantage. He also disclosed that the primary reason he supports him is because of his weight advantage.
It's a tough one because we can all see it. Canelo's declining. We can see it because Father Time just catches up to you. That's just the name of the game, the nature of the beast, right? Crawford, I mean, he's the same age as well, different types of lifestyles, different styles. Canelo's getting into some wars now, which kind of like chips away at the block, Do I favor him over Canelo? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight at this point, given where they're at their careers.
But if you had to give somebody 1%,
last one here.
1%, I would go with Canelo. Yeah, just because of the weight factor.
Most importantly, Eddie Hearn, who had been strongly rooting for Canelo, has switched his pick and now believes Crawford has a real chance. Even if he still thinks Canelo is the favorite due to his fighting technique, he has unexpectedly predicted that Bud will prevail. Hearn strongly supported his belief and praised his abilities, personality, and flexibility. He said Crawford has what it takes to overcome the odds and win this crucial match.
Bud talks a brilliant game and he's walked the walk continuously, and he has probably the best boxing IQ in the game. I probably, and you know, Canelo's my guy, but I probably lean slightly to Crawford in this fight, which, you know, me and you debated over a coffee downstairs. I know that I think you maybe go the other way, but I think that Canelo will be a favourite going in, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Crawford could do it.
Another major figure, Brian Norman Sr., has also strongly predicted that this is Crawford's era and firmly believes he will defeat Canelo even with the challenge of moving up in weight. He also echoed Teddy in saying that he is completely confident he could manage the jump to 168 pounds easily. Norman reaffirmed that he has always stood by him and has supported him throughout his life. He made it apparent that he would not be influenced by public opinion this time either. In his view, Crawford's skills and abilities set him apart as a truly great fighter.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford. What are your thoughts on that? You know, a lot of people are not giving Terence enough credit. They think that he's going to step into, you know, the lion's den. What are your thoughts?
I'm always going with dog Crawford, man. I'm with Crawford, man. I'm Crawford. I'm seeing Crawford all the way, and I'm not just saying that, you know, for no other reason. I just think he's a great fighter. This is his era right now, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, he's a very great role model.
Yeah, but man, everything about Crawford is solid so far, so I'm going with Crawford.
While talking about this fight, it is also important to know that William Scull, Canelo's most recent opponent, has given the Mexican superstar a clear edge over Crawford. He clearly mentioned the weight disparity as a significant reason why he prefers Canelo in this fight. Scull went on to say that without weight classifications, the match would have been significantly more balanced. Having shared the ring with Canelo, he also knows firsthand what it feels like to face his punching power. Overall, Scull remarked that it will be an extremely fiery spectacle for boxing fans.
I think it's going to be a great fight. There is a disadvantage in regards to the weight classes. If there wasn't, it would be a 50-50 fight, but because of this fighting at this weight class definitely benefits Canelo. I say about a 75% chance that Canelo wins the fight.
Furthermore, Devin Haney has stated in his interview that in line with his father's forecast, he is also rooting for Crawford to prevail in the bout. Acknowledging his achievement as a two-time undisputed champion, Haney hailed him as an extraordinary talent. Considering that this battle is a major turning point in his career, he said he thinks he will capitalize on it. According to Haney, opportunities such as these are rare in a fighter's career, and Crawford has the skills, mindset, and experience to seize them on fight night.
I think it's a good matchup. It's a fight that we all been wanting to see. Bud has the skills. He got the discipline, IQ to win, but Canelo has all that with the size. So I think it's a good fight. I'm happy that Bud got the fight. My dad was the one that told him that he should take the fight. Yeah, Bud, I don't know if y'all haven't seen it. Bud came out and said that my dad was the one that told him to fight Canelo a long time ago.
Really?
So yeah.
Like in a private conversation, he just recommended
he told him,
that.
like, man, the fight for you is Canelo.
Abel Sanchez has confidently predicted a stoppage victory for the Mexican star, Canelo Alvarez. He clarified that when you review his impressive resume, it is packed with talented, strong, and hard-hitting opponents, which makes it unlikely for him to lose against someone like Bud, who is still very new to the 168-pound division. His energy will drastically decline after just 3 or 4 rounds, Sanchez continued, so his only realistic chance is in the first few rounds. Crawford will find it very difficult to harm Canelo after those initial rounds are over.
I think that Terence will give him a hard time for three or four rounds, just like Kel gave us a hard time. Yes, most definitely. Kel gave us a hard time with Golovkin in the first 3 or 4 rounds, but once Canelo times him and sets him up, I think that it starts hitting him and will wear him down and eventually probably stop him. Not devastating like, say, the Khan fight, but just stop him because he's just too big and too strong.
So you think he doesn't have a chance?
No, hey, there's always a chance.
Right.
There's always a chance. I just don't think that it's look who's Canelo's fought. All the big punches, all the big bangers, all the big guys at that weight. And at 154, Crawford had a hard time with Madrimov.
However, Robert Garcia has made the audacious choice to choose Crawford. He claimed that even if a lot of people might be writing him off, he isn't. Garcia highlighted that anything may happen when fighting a fighter like Bud, even if he admitted that Canelo might seem to have an easier fight than Bud on paper. He stressed that Crawford's talent, intelligence, and agility make him a real threat. He also called him one of the sport's most clever and dangerous fighters in closing.
About that, and that's why a lot of people think Canelo is going to knock out Crawford, but I'm probably one of the only ones that I do give Crawford a chance.
Yeah.
I think Crawford could pull it off. Crawford is very talented. He's very fast. He's very smart in the ring. So I think a perfect fight, Crawford could pull off a decision.
Okay.
I think he could win a decision.
Moving ahead, Gabe Rosado also thinks Canelo will outfight Crawford on fight night. He contended that his current fighting style is likely to work in Canelo's favor, and that it's difficult to make major changes. Despite the fact that many consider Crawford's movement could cause opponent issues and make the fight challenging, Rosado suggests he must entirely change his strategy if he truly wants to win this fight.
And now, is Crawford just going to switch his style and become a mover, moving up 3 weight classes? So now you're going to put all that weight on your legs, and you never boxed like that before. How can you do that? I'm not saying he can't, but I just don't see him changing his style. I think Crawford's a guy that he has heart, and I think he really is a fighter. I think it's going to come a time where if Canelo catches him, his pride and his ego is going to get in there, and he's gonna try to get his back. And I think that'll open opportunities for Canelo to land big shots.
Another important figure, Ronnie Shields, has also picked Crawford to win this fight. He explained that he has a great chance if he enters the ring with a better game plan and studies Canelo thoroughly. Shields pointed out that he will face real trouble against Crawford, as he is completely different from the opponents Canelo has faced before. He added that he takes every step very measurably during a bout, and this quality could ultimately be the deciding factor.
I really and truly believe that Crawford has a great chance. You know, Crawford is not going to fight him like Scull fought him. He's not going to fight him like Lara fought him. Crawford is going to be doing a little bit of ins and out, I believe, turning left-handed and right-handed. And, you know, for me, I think he's going to give Canelo a problem, because Canelo probably going to think he's going to be moving a lot. And I don't think so. I think Crawford is going to practice, you know, rely on his counterpunching abilities, and then start taking the lead and putting Canelo in positions he's never been in, you know, in a long time.
On the other hand, the Mexican icon has the backing of another significant personality. As Mikey Garcia has predicted, it will be a victorious night for him against Bud. While Garcia acknowledged Crawford's skills and abilities as a boxer, he emphasized that this particular fight feels different. The challenge of taking on Canelo, who is used to battling at higher weight classes, is different. Although Crawford has a lot of tools in his toolbox, Garcia stated that he does not think they will be sufficient to defeat Canelo on fight night.
But I think Canelo's way too big and strong, and I think Canelo wins. You saw this difference already in his last fight when he fought at 154. Crawford didn't have the pop. He didn't have, you know, all that.
Against Majormov.
Yeah, so, and that was a 154.
Right.
They're gonna move up to 168. Right?
He says he sees something.
He can box. Look, I'll tell you, skilled-wise, Crawford is the better boxer. Crawford is the better skilled, natural skilled fighter. But who's gonna win? I think Crawford's gonna win. I think Canelo's gonna win.
Furthermore, Paulie Malignaggi has leaned slightly in favor of Crawford. He called Canelo a clever and talented competitor and hailed him as an outstanding fighter who has won in several weight classes. He also identified Bud as a fantastic fighter who has already demonstrated his abilities at the greatest level. Malignaggi predicted that Crawford's best chance would come from being true to his principles, carrying out a sound strategy, and avoiding needless risks in the ring.
And now, being champion at that weight class, it has sort of brought up this big opportunity to fight a smaller, excellent world champion in Terence Crawford. So I think when it comes to the levels of boxing, just straight from boxing perspective, I think Crawford is head and shoulders above Canelo. But, you know, they do make weight classes for a reason. Canelo is still very strong. He's a good body puncher, and he's a bigger guy naturally. So, you know, that does bring a bit of a risk to the table. I think Crawford can win the fight. I just wonder whether he can get a decision. You know, that's always the question with Canelo, right? Can Canelo get a decision? I mean, can Crawford get a decision over Canelo? Can anybody get a decision over Canelo? We know Bebo did.
Going ahead, Michael Jai White has picked Crawford to come out on top. Among the main things that offer him an advantage, he underlined his better speed and movement. Despite Canelo's natural passion for the weight class, White is sure Crawford can handle the test and win. White's analysis suggests that he can maintain control of the match and win in the end.
Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing.
Canelo has oh my God, like he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo Part 2. That's what I think.
Furthermore, Crawford has also been chosen as the potential winner of this fight by Antonio Tarver, who has frequently stated that he believes in him. He stated that Canelo will face the best opponent he has ever faced in the ring, while also acknowledging that Crawford would face the same task. Overall, Tarver lauded both players for their remarkable ability and said the match had the makings of a classic. He closed by expressing his excitement about what would happen on September 13th.
Yeah, it's a major fight, man, the biggest in a long time. If you've been following Tarver's take, you know I'm Bud County all the way. But this is going to be the toughest fight, the best fighter Bud has ever been in the ring with. And arguably, this could be the best fighter Canelo has ever been in the ring with. We'll find out which one is which on September 13th.
Another important personality, Kenny Porter, has also named Canelo as a possible winner of the September 13th encounter. He justified his decision by pointing out that he will be fighting in his comfort zone, but Crawford's ascension up the weight ladder could benefit Canelo. Porter appreciated Crawford's skill and expertise, but highlighted that this will be the most difficult assignment of his career inside the ring, a true test of his abilities against a seasoned champion.
He got Canelo.
He's got Canelo, but I don't know why, but I mean that's a great choice, right?
It's just the weight jumps, you know.
The weight jump is a hell of a jump, man. That's not just a jump. He's
it's
climbing a
his first
ladder.
fight.
He's climbing a ladder, and some of the legs on the ladder ain't there for him to grab on. He got to jump over a ladder.
Furthermore, Crawford has received high praise from Adam Smith, who has highlighted Bud's remarkable record and his ability to overcome any opponent under any circumstances. Smith said that he has repeatedly demonstrated the versatility and mental tenacity required to thrive at the top level. He did, however, voice some concern about Crawford's weight change, implying that it could have a significant impact on the outcome. If Bud adjusts well to the weight demands, Smith believes Canelo will face significant hurdles. Overall, he rated the fight as simply terrific.
But for Terence Crawford, he has definitely gone under the radar. 4-weight world champion, 41-0, 31 knockouts, a southpaw who's got IQ and speed and craft. I think it's a fabulously interesting matchup, the two of them, because you've got the big guy, the strong, super middleweight, really cultured, wonderful fighter in Canelo, but is he just slightly, ever so slightly, fine margins past his peak? And you've got Crawford, who needs this fight as his coming out party. The big news, it's on Netflix, so he'll get the attention. Can Crawford do it?
Further delving into this mega contest, Andy Ruiz Jr. has shared his thoughts on this clash. He mentioned that Canelo has the ability to win by knockout, yet acknowledged that Crawford could also claim victory if he manages to frustrate Canelo inside the ring. Most importantly, Ruiz expressed concerns about his weight jump, questioning whether he will be able to perform at his usual level. If Crawford successfully executes his skills despite the weight shift, Ruiz believes he could pull off the win.
Crawford, since it's going to be his first time fighting at 168, right? At 168. Right. We don't know how he's going to move. I don't know if he's going to be that fast. I don't know if he's going to be able to handle his pressure, you know, because Canelo's really good at pressuring, coming forward, slipping, countering. But, you know, nobody believed in me when I was going to fight Anthony Joshua that I was going to win. So anything could happen, especially in this sport of boxing.
So you think he wins by points or a KO?
Canelo,
yeah.
It's crazy because he could win by a knockout, and Crawford could probably win by moving around and making the fight a little difficult for Canelo.
Moreover, Sebastian Fundora has predicted a win for Canelo. He explained that Crawford's weight class would be a huge worry in the ring. However, he also hailed him as an outstanding fighter capable of defeating anyone. Fundora added that Bud, who is new to the division, will have to work really hard to succeed on fight night. Meanwhile, Canelo's experience in higher weight classes gives him an advantage because he already understands how to perform at an elite level.
Crawford, of course, Crawford has a chance. He has a big chance, you know, being one of the pound-for-pound fighters of the world, but it's just the advantage of being there first. You know what to expect in that weight class. Crawford's coming off a 154 fight that he fought last year. So I really don't consider him even a 154. He's been fighting at 147 for a while. He had that one fight at 154, and then he stopped fighting for a year again. So, you know, of course he's probably been training, you know, again, high-class fighter, but to be comfortable at 168, you're gonna have to do some fights in there. And going in there fighting the undisputed champion, it's gonna take a toll.
Besides, Canelo has a lot of strength, experience, and a strong mentality, according to Eddie Chambers, who has also supported him to win the battle against Crawford. He said that while his opponent is in his comfort zone, Bud is the one making the changes. He added that the weight and adjustment will undoubtedly pose him more problems than his opponent. Crawford is an excellent fighter, though he argued, but he can only bother Canelo if he offers something new to the bout. The Mexican star will have the obvious advantage otherwise.
I have to go Canelo. And I would love to see Crawford do his thing. You know what I mean?
You normally boxer biased. Not saying that Canelo isn't the boxer.
Right. And normally I would kind of be. It's just, I don't know. I see that you're able to exploit, you know, flaws in guys, and typically that's what Crawford does. This one, it's just really difficult. This Canelo is an extremely experienced, talented stalker, but boxer too. He has the ability to do both, to be honest.
In the end, what do you think? Whose prediction are you agreeing with the most? And whose words do you believe will prove true on fight night? We also want to hear directly from you. What are your predictions for this highly anticipated match? Are you rooting for Crawford, or does Canelo have your full backing this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below and let us know. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, as your support means a lot. Stay tuned for further updates.